You are about to listen to the message from Pastor Dr. Alfred Ajifowe, the General Overseer of Evangelical Christ Apostolic Church. Prepare your mind to receive from the Lord. Good morning, Via. My name is Opayemi Aramide, and it's another episode and the last episode of Marriage and Home Affairs. Last week we discussed a very controversial topic, like one of the most controversial topics in Christendom, which is family planning. And our daddy, Dr. Alfred Adifowe, was here to tell us more about family planning. He enlightened us about family planning, what to do and what not to do. He explained to us and he made us to understand that family planning is not scriptural, but he advised that we do family planning in order to avoid or prevent unwanted pregnancies and children. He promised us that we'll be having a medical personnel in our midst, and here she is today. She's a registered nurse and midwife, working with Lagos State Health Service Commission. She has a bachelor's degree in nursing science and also the assistant director for nursing services in Lagos State. She is an ophthalmic nurse and certificated in refracture. Not only that, she has a diploma and certificate in theology from Latter House Bible College of Evangelical Christ Apostolic Church, Lagos State. She is married to Mr. Femi Olotu with lovely children. Meet our mommy, Mrs. Olotu Temitayo. You are welcome, ma.
Good morning. I'm so delighted to be in this program.
Mommy, our topic last week was family planning. And when we got to the types of family planning, Daddy told us to expect a medical practitioner in our midst today. And thank God you are here. And our viewer out there are expectant. They want to know more about family planning and other related health issues in marriage. So, Ma, today, our first question is, what are the types of family planning?
Okay. We have many type of family planning. We have different type of contraception methods. We have the long acting, which is reversible. The long acting, which is reversible, they are IUD, that is intrauterine device, and implants. And these two, they are one of the best family planning that are reliable. And others, we have the hormonal type. Hormonal type are the injectable, which is Depo Povera, and we also have the pills, that is contraceptive pills, and we also have barrier method. And what do we mean by barrier method? Barrier method is by using the men using condom and the women using diaphragm. And we also have the billing methods, that is the calendar method, calculating your ovulation period. During that period, you know when is your ovulation period and when you are safe. And we also have the breastfeeding method. Some women, when they have childbearing, and the exclusive breastfeeding is one of the family planning. And we also have pills. Some people take pills, contraceptive pills. They are hormonal pills. And we also have the one that involves surgery. For men, you can do vasectomy, and for women, you can do tubal ligation, that is surgery. The mucus method, the women will know when they are ovulating, the mucus will be thicker, that is a mucus method. Those are the type of family planning that we have.
If I'm to count now, we have like 6 different types of contraceptive methods. There are more than 6. Wow. So I think, are they all good for women and men?
You know, I mentioned when I started, I said we have a long-acting reversible contraception,
okay.
And they are the best. There are 2. That is IUD and implants.
Okay, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Ma, at what point in marriage should family planning be considered?
Actually, immediately after postnatal, when a woman delivers, postnatal is about 6 weeks. You go back to the hospital for medical checkup. You now opt out for family planning then. But it depends on the individual. Some people, they may prefer, especially the newly couple, they prefer to have the first two. That's why you see the first, second, their spacing is not much. It's deliberately that some couple decide to have the first two like that. But after the first two, they decide to involve in spacing. So it depends on individual. Some people may decide not to do family planning when they have the first child. They can use one of the method to space because they want to have the second one as earlier as possible. But you discover that most of the couple, once they have the first and second, they now opt out for family planning. They want to space.
So family planning can be done at any time.
It can be. It depends on the couple, what they want. Because you don't compel couple to do family planning. You seek their consent. The both couple have to seek, the spouse, they have to seek each other consent. One person cannot go for family planning without the consent of the other spouse.
Okay.
You need concept of both. They have to agree that this is how we want to plan our family. Maybe when we will rush the first two and the third one we space, or when we have one we space. So you have to be the consent of the both spouse.
Okay, ma. Now with what you've said, will the doctor attend to the woman or both of them at once? Like, a woman cannot take the decision alone on family planning. So must the doctor see the husband and the wife on six before he can attend to them, or what?
It depends on the type in which they both want to involve. At times, before they carry on family planning on a woman, they will ask her, have you informed your husband before coming? Which is like this situation. There are some family planning that the man is not supposed to be there.
Okay.
If they are going to carry the family plan, that will, I mentioned some. There are some is peculiar to woman alone. It's only condom that is general for men. And that vasectomy that I mentioned, most men don't go for it. Because once they do it, they cannot pregnate a woman.
For life.
For life. So men don't opt for vasectomy. So most of the time, men need not to visit the hospital, but the woman must have informed her husband before coming that I'm going to the hospital to do family planning.
Okay, ma. Thank you so much, ma. So, ma, does any of this contraceptive method have side effects?
Family planning has side effects, and we have many side effects. And these side effects, they may not be peculiar to some people. And out of all the side effects, it may be only one that you will present with. Like, some people will have tenderness of the breast. Some will be bleeding within menstruation. Some will have nausea and vomiting. Some will have increase in weight. Some will have mood swing. Some will have impaired vision. But all those that I mentioned is peculiar to individual. As I'm saying it, most people don't have
Side effect.
all what I mentioned.
Okay.
One person can only just have one of the side effects among all the one I mentioned. It's not possible for a single person to manifest with all the side effects that I mentioned. It can only manifest with one. Even some people may be fortunate, they won't manifest at all with any.
Okay, ma. So, ma, the side effect, is it for a short period of time or that's how the person will be acting? Or that's how is that how the person will be? Like the side effects?
The side effect is not permanent.
Okay, just for a short period of time.
Like this IUD I mentioned, which is intrauterine device. Some people will have their menses will increase. The flow of the menses will increase. And it's not everybody. And some, it will be adjusted to their pattern. They won't have heavy flow. Like this injectable, some people will be having bleeding within menstruation. After finishing one menstruation, they have a spot, a little bleeding after and the menstruation. That's why we call it bleeding within menstruation, but not all the time. As time goes on, person having injectable may not menstruate for 3 months.
Thank you so much, Ma. All right, Ma, the fourth question. Does gender really matter in reproduction?
That's a very beautiful question. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The reason being that we are not God. Irrespective of the sex a woman bring forth, the spouse should not query each other. And it is the man that determines the sex of a gender. You know, we have chromosome S and Y. And chromosome Y is weaker, while chromosome S is stronger. So that is why the medical practitioner will lecture couple that want a male child. When you target your ovulation, you know, chromosome Y is a boy, while S is a girl. Y that is weaker will easily fertilize. But when you meet after ovulation, because Y is weaker, it will die before it's fertilized. And S is stronger, it easily fertilize. Even after ovulation, maybe person ovulate today and you meet with your spouse today, S will still be viable, will still be liable to fertilize. While Y in the process, once you supposing this today is ovulation, and your spouse meet you after the ovulation, Y may not be stronger again to fertilize, because Y is weaker, while S is stronger. So is the man that determines the sex. Wow. So there should be no issue concerning gender in marriage.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Yeah.
So, Ma, what are the causes of childbirth delay in marriage?
Okay, there are many things that cause childbirth delay in marriage. You know, at times, that's why I don't always encourage spouse getting married and the husband is working at Port Harcourt and the wife is working in Lagos. Is one of the factors. Because the period that the woman is in ovulation and the man is at Port Harcourt, how can he be fertilized? How can conception take place? It cannot take place. That is number one delay. When you live separately, you are not together. That is another one. Another two is due to the nature of the job of the woman, or vice versa, the man. Maybe the woman is always on night duty and the man is on morning, and the man who is on morning will not come in time before the woman go on night duty. As the woman is ready to go on night duty, the man is coming in. Conception cannot take place. It will delay childbirth. And apart from that, there can be underlying issue like congenital issue. It can be from the man or it can be from the woman. If there is a congenital issue, delay in birth will occur. That is why at times they will carry out operation on a man in order for him to perform, to be able to cooperate. And likewise in a woman, he may have fibroid, he may have underlying issue, he may have blockage of the tube that I need to be true, which can cause delay in childbearing.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. All right, so the next question: what are the blood groups that are compatible for marriage?
Blood group, we have 4 main blood group. We have A, we have B, we have AB, and we have O. But generally we have 8 because of the resource factors. The resource factor is the issue. The resource factors is inherited from the parents. And what I mean by resource factor, we have resource factor positive and negative, which is very crucial as a couple. But that does not stop you not to marry your spouse. You can marry a lady that is O positive resource, O, the blood group is O, but the resource is negative, and the husband can be A or O2, but the resource is positive. They can still marry each other. The only thing is that there is a particular injection that the woman has to take. They call it anti-D immunoglobulin injection. But technology has gone far that the woman must take the injection within 28 weeks of gestation. She has to take the injection 28 weeks of gestation and 34 weeks to prevent antibody in fighting against, because surely the baby will take after the resource factor of the father. So a couple can still marry with that blood group. The only thing that is crucial for both of them to know their blood group and their resource factor before they get married, so that they will not have subsequent stillbirth or abortion. Because if they don't know their blood group before they get married, the first pregnancy the woman may survive, but subsequent pregnancy you will not be able to carry it, because antibody must have been in the blood that will be fighting against the strange blood, which is from the husband, which is resource positive. But under blood we also have something we call genotype. It is that
I think people are more familiar with the genotype.
It's a genotype that you can say, I will not get married with this person.
Okay.
Well, with blood group, you can marry with anybody. The only thing that is imperative is for you to know the resource factor and the blood group. Once you know that, technology has taken care of that you don't have issue. You just have to tell your doctor that I'm resource negative, or my husband is resource positive. So they will prepare for the unborn child. But if it's a genotype, you don't risk it. If it's a genotype, genotype is under blood too.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are AS, you cannot marry AS. Don't ever say I'm going to use faith to carry it. You are tempting God. AS and AS cannot marry each other. We have AC.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't say because it's AC, I'm AS, I can still marry you. No, they are the same thing. They both have a sickle cell shaped blood. So both of them cannot marry each other. But AA can marry anybody. AA can marry AS. AA can marry AC. You are okay. But AS and AS, you must not marry each other.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, to the next question. In courtship or marriage, if either of the spouses reveals that they have STD, what should be done to prevent the other person from contracting it?
Very simple. They have to seek for medical attention so that the other person can be treated, irrespective of any one of them. Because if not well treated, it can affect reproduction in the future. So they must not conceal it. The earlier the better. They tell the medical practitioner that I have STD, so that they can be treated properly in order to not to prevent subsequent conception in the future.
Okay, so no need for them going separate ways.
There's no need to go separate way.
Okay.
Once they are being treated, they will be okay. It is when you don't report earlier, or you are not well treated promptly, that it can affect you. It can affect the woman, or it can affect the man too. But when you see it, you easily call for attention so that you can be treated. And once they are treated and it's clear of, there's nothing. They can conceive.
They are good to go.
Yes, they are free to marry each other.
Thank you so much, Ma. All right, to the last question. If there is an health challenge in the family of either the man or the woman, what should be done?
It depends on you have different type of health challenges. So I don't know. I should have preferred that you be specific, because if I mention there are many health challenges in the family. Some people, they have psychiatric problem in their family, and it's one of the health challenges. And some people, they have asthma in their family. Some people, they are hypertensive in their family. It runs in the family. And some people, they are diabetes in the family.
So in cases like that, man, nothing could be done.
It depends on both of you. What is the God will that I should marry the person? Health challenges should not deprive you not to marry each other. Because even though you don't know whether the person have health challenges or not, as you are getting older, all what I mentioned, anybody can have it. Anybody can have hypertension, anybody can have diabetes. And psychiatric, even though it is not running in the family, you can subject yourself to have psychiatric. When you don't have a sound sleep and the brain is disturbed, you can have a psychiatric problem. So all these challenges I mentioned is avoidable, but that does not mean that when you discover that, it now tell you, we have hypertension in our family, we now run away. It's not an excuse.
Ladies are trying to be careful.
It's not an excuse. Once it is God's will, you go ahead with the wedding, with the marriage. Because whether you like it or not, as everybody is getting older, you are bound to have one ailment or the other. It's only God that is strengthening us.
Yeah. So we need to know what God is saying part-time about our life and marriage. Thank you so much, Ma. We are happy to have you here. We hope we see you next time. We call on you. Ma, what's your advice to our viewers at home? What do you have for them?
My advice is that before you get married, ensure you carry out medical investigation. Don't risk your marriage, and make sure you have the number of a child that you can care for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. The bottom line is that we have to know what God is saying about our lives, our marriage, our children, and everything around us part-time. We need to know what God is saying. We need to hear God clearly. All right, I'm very excited. I'm so excited to have anchored this program today. And I'm sure everyone out there who has watched this program this morning is also excited, just as I am. Yeah, that will be all on today's program. And that will be all on marriage and home affairs for the month of July. Till we mix next time, same channel. Bye.
Oh, what a great time like this. We thank God for today's message. I believe God Almighty has blessed you through the power of His word. And I believe that you will have testimony. And if you have testimony, you can contact us on the telephone number shown on your screen. God bless you. See you again. Bye for now.
We believe that this message has blessed your life. Remember, only the doers of the world shall be blessed. For more information, you can visit our website on www.ecsconline.org. You can like our Facebook page at ECSC Worldwide. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at ECSC Worldwide. God bless you.
Ready to give God some praise? Ladies and gentlemen, Shimo Idima. You alone are God, for the things you've done for me. Shineki Mo, the lily of the valley, Okwananiki Buchi, and you never change, oh God. Kaibuyegelu, 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 Kaibuyegelu.